Some people have you take their dogs away and you train them, and they are kind of not dealing with it. How does that work? How does that become successful training? When you give the dogs back, how do they know how to handle the dog?
Well, it would be kind of, I think it would be kind of like you saying, okay, Sabrina, I've got a daughter, and I want you to take her, you know, until she's a teenager, and could you, like, you know, and then can you bring her back, you know, when she's all, so, you know, my answer is number one, I kind of think it's sad from my own perspective, because here I get this beautiful being that's just come into the world, or even if it's a rescue dog, it's coming to a new home, it's getting this new, you know, lease on life, and it's learning new, and I'm the one that takes it, and I develop this wonderful relationship with it, which is what training really is about. It's developing a relationship. It's not really training, it's communicating and understanding another being. So I take the dog and I train it, and it will be perfectly trained, but I bring it back and I bring it to this stranger, and the dog looks at the person, the dog starts going, or the person starts saying, sit down, and the dog's kind of looking, I'm like, who are you? What, yeah. Sassy, what do you do? That's a good girl. That down. Good boy. Good boy. One more count. Good boy. What a good boy you are. Oh, Good boy. That's a good boy. Leash. Give me leash. Good girl.
So you have to actually, it's kind of like a you know, psychoanalyst for the people as well as the dog. So when you point these out to people, like, you know, you really need to have stronger boundaries. You really need to be stricter with your dog. You know, how do you get these people? I mean, what's harder, training the people or training the dogs?
Hands down, the people.
Okay.
The dog will do whatever I ask
them. Do they
them
get it? Are they open to it? Do they realize, yeah, I got to work on myself here?
It's I kind of hate to give away my secrets here. A lot of this I haven't done openly, meaning I don't come right out and go, okay, you have issues, we need to deal with these. You know, I recognize that there's an issue, and the way, it's real easy to tell. If I give somebody a tool to work with and they're not using it, there's something in them, a belief that's in place that's blocking them from using that to be successful. Because the bottom line is they say, I want my dog trained, okay? So this is what they're telling me. They're hiring me and they're saying, I want my dog trained. Now most of them, when I come in, they're like, okay, my dog's over there. You know, it's like, I said, look, I don't have any magic fairy dust. I don't have, you know, we're gonna have to work on this together. This is a relationship. That means there's two in this. And if you want it to change, the dog's pretty happy with the way, in fact, most dogs have it set up the way they like it. You know,
they've got the people trained.
Oh, absolutely. You know, they bark and the guy goes and gets them a biscuit, they go to the door, they get to go out. So they've got it exactly the way they want it, you know, so they don't want to change. So if you want it to change, it's up to me, the person, to change that relationship. So it's really my job, and so it's a really fine line, because anytime you ask somebody to change, you're asking them to go into an uncomfortable place.
Right.
Because if it wasn't uncomfortable, they'd already be doing it.
Right.
So I'm butting up against somebody's, you know, uncomfortable or where their issues are. So I have to do it very carefully, because if I push them too much, they get defensive. Let me go turn off the light. Good girl. Turn it on. When we go to bed, what do? Down. Put our cappies down. Cappies. This is army training to crawl through tunnels and everything. A great survivor trip. GI. Maybe I can train the crocodiles, eh?
So it seemed to work pretty well. I don't know why. I just always had him out, and whenever he went, I told him how wonderful he was, and he just got it pretty fast.
Well, you know, dogs are a lot like kids. I have people go like, well, you know, my last dog, he just got it right away. You know, and then I go, well, but, you know, it's kind of like saying this son should be exactly like that son.
Yeah, different personalities.
Exactly. So, you know, they have different challenges with different dogs. And one of the things you said is really important about, you praised him a lot. You said, oh, good boy, good boy. And my experience, and it's one of the things I talk about in my book, is, you know, most of the people I work with, they're either they don't have much concept of praise, like they didn't get a lot of it, or they're real sort of, they hold their praise back, or they do it like, good boy, you know, like this. And I'm like, you gotta make it fun. You gotta, good boy, what a good boy, oh, such a good boy, you know.
Just
you
like
gotta,
a child.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if the dog knows it's fun and it's a game, they're gonna wanna play. You know, but if this, okay, now we're doing training and and you get all serious and you start forcing the dog to do things, and the dog's gonna be like, oh, what are we doing? This is no fun.
That's all, folks.